counting down the most amazing, the most epic, the most jaw-dropping figures found at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Comic-Con fan. Oh, San Diego Comic-Con 2022, I miss you already. But not the walking long lines and high prices. One of the many beautiful things to see at Comic-Con are the figures. These beautiful handcrafted figures that bring to life the fantastical characters that we love. Where else can you see a nearly life-size Gundam? Or the Man of Steel himself, followed by his faithful Dog of Steel. Hey, there's Crypto. It is really astounding how realistic some of these characters can be, even when we've seen them on the big screen. These more comic, accurate versions can still be very realistic. And even when the character is less than realistic, it's still quite epic nonetheless. Hey there, Spider-Ham! So let's count down the top 10 figures found at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. These are the figures that will make you say, damn, I really need to feature that on my coffee table. Higher, further, faster, harder, or something like that. This gorgeous Captain Marvel is just epic. The energy blasts, the flowing hair, the determined expression. No wonder why Carol Danvers is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. The regal ruler of Latveria, Victor Von Doom, is a monarch you do not want to mess with. His powers are quite vast, and he's even challenged the gods when he wielded the Infinity Gauntlet. He did read the comics. All hail Doom. The epic battle of the ages, Darth Maul versus Ahsoka Tano. This figure is epic because it's got the two characters locked in mortal combat. On the hellish planet of Apocalypse, Darkseid rules supreme. Another character from the fertile mind of Jack the King Kirby. I was a little kid in the 80s watching Masters of the Universe, and I think Teela awakened me feelings I never had before, and she's still doing so 40 years later. What about you? From another classic 80 cartoons, we have the totally cool but rude dude, Raphael. That Mauser never stood a chance. I was more of a Leonardo fan, but I would proudly display this Raphael figure in my home. I still have his ominous words in my head, I must break you. Even Drago was stronger than the Iron Curtain itself, but both still fell. There have been many Catwomans throughout the years, but for a whole generation, Michelle Pfeiffer and her suit is iconic. So, yeah, Psylocke's backstory is a little problematic, but let's focus on the good parts, such as this figure. Expertly rendered, expertly posed, amazing expression, just the epitome of a superhero character. Narrowing down this top 10 was really difficult, and here's some honorable mentions. Any Studio Ghibli fans out there? I remember this badass cartoon of the 90s. It's Alf, and he's back in figure form. Were you all so shook when Melina lowered her mask to complete her fatality? This one's a really interesting one because it's a toy, and now it's a figure of a toy. It just all comes full circle. One of the recent breakout Spider people, whether you know her as Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Ghost Spider, or everything in between, this figure rocks. And this Iron Man suit from Iron Man Part 2 is one of the most gorgeous and detailed I've ever seen. And at number 1 we have the clown prince of crime, the Joker. There's a reason why this character has stood the test of time for 80 years. He embodies the time and changes with the time. Every age has its own Joker. But this figure catches a classic aspect of the character, a cool, calculating killer. And that was my ranking of the top 10 figures I saw at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. Were you also there, and did you also see these figures? Tell me your rankings in the comments. Did you also see some other amazing things at Comic-Con? Tell me in the comments. And I would really appreciate you give a like to this video and maybe even share it. But if you really enjoyed this video, perhaps consider pressing thanks on YouTube. That really helps out the channel. This has been VM Campos, and I'll see you in the next Comic-Con video.